ओ जानिया सुनियो रे, हो जानिया शाम को खिड़की से चोरी चोरी नंगे पाँव चांद आएगा, ओ हमदम सुनियो रे, ओ जानिया सुनियो रे, हो जानिया शाम को खिड़की से चोरी चोरी नंगे पाँव चांद आएगा.
Hi Laksh,
Hey,
welcome on Kay Boltaay.
thank you so
And so we have Lakshya Bhatnagar today, who's a singer, songwriter, and a voiceover artist. So we are absolutely glad to have you here. Firstly, why? Because this is the first podcast with a person who is a singer, songwriter, and a voiceover artist.
glad to be here, man.
How are you feeling?
So yeah, this is my first physical podcast interaction, and I've been on a lot of question answer rounds during the pandemic. I think we all have.
Yes.
Because that was the only way to connect.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
Amazing, amazing. So, as we were talking, Laksh, being in the journey, like how have you started? How did you get into this profession? Because I know even you were in engineering, and a lot of things happened. So please tell us about that.
Well, I mean, music and voiceover have been totally different journeys. I first got into music.
Mm-hmm.
Music was always my calling. I mean, I was in the school choir, so
Mhm.
I always had a knack for singing, and people saw that around me.
Mm.
So when I wanted to do music after my 12th standard, and way back in the early 2000s, when parents really wanted their kids to have a secure life, and that's
Correct.
very reasonable of them. तो सिर्फ दो ही options थे, या
Option
तो
थे.
engineering या फिर doctor.
Correct.
And yes, like you rightly said, I did go for engineering, but before completing it, I realized that even if I become an engineer, I may not be happy working as one.
Mm.
So I'd rather put my time somewhere else.
Mm.
And yeah, since then I've been on my own, doing a few corporate stints here and there.
Mm.
Once I quit my job full time in 2016, with the support of my better half,
Mm.
I got into music. She said कि चलो 6 महीने देती हूँ मैं तुम्हें,
Amazing.
जो तुमको करना है करो. And yeah, touchwood, in the 4th month I was in Saregama
Wow.
on ZTV.
Hmm.
Before that also, I used to perform locally,
Mm-hmm.
but what gave me a national image as a singer, a songwriter,
Mm.
is Saregama.
Okay.
That I think is my first foray into the professional field of music, where now I knew that it's not only about surviving as a musician, which I could
Right.
anyways by playing at clubs, lounges. A lot of my friends still do that.
Right.
And that is where I started as well.
Hmm.
But thriving as a singer-songwriter, I think Saregama was the first thing to happen, and that only could happen because of my wife.
Amazing.
She's the one who supported me.
Amazing, amazing. So when you started this journey, okay, like because a lot of viewers are watching this,
Right.
okay, so maybe the first signs are maybe people say that yes, you're a good singer, or when for me, like for example, when you're writing your exam, when you don't know the answers, maybe back of the answer sheet to start writing songs,
Right.
correct, something like that. That's how it actually begins.
Yeah.
You play or you pick up an instrument and
Right.
things like that. But making a career.
Right.
So you don't know where to start with, right? So how will you break this down for them? Like how or where one should start, and like what should be the initial stages that should come?
See,
Like-
I think a lot of people get into these media glamorous sort of artistic roles
Correct.
because of reasons that some people around them who love them are appreciating them. I think
Right.
that is not to be lightly taken, because that is the first fuel into the engine
Correct.
of this
Correct.
journey.
Right.
That is what pushes you into this. Right? Because when you love something and you do it
Correct.
and you enjoy it,
Right.
it's a very magnetic sort of a phenomenon,
Right.
I can't explain it because you can't see it.
Exactly.
But that energy translates into people around you. And there, you can say, ha mein ha milana is the energy
Right.
that, makes you more confident. So if you feel that, it's a gut instinct, If you feel that gut instinct that, okay, what I'm doing right now, I love. What I'm doing right now, people love. This can be combined with something that can help me thrive.
Correct.
I
Correct.
think if you find something of that combination, chase it. If you chase it, then it will chase back.
Right.
And in some or the other way.
Right.
That's the only advice. I think there are a lot of technical ways to go about it.
Correct.
In terms of learning.
Yeah.
There are a lot of phases involved in becoming an artist.
Right. Right.
But what is most important is, I think, this foundation.
Absolutely.
Where you find something that you love, and it also coincides with what people love.
Correct.
Because what you love can still be a hobby and you can keep doing it. But if people love that and you are ready to pay for it, that is what will make a career.
Correct.
So yeah, to sustain into something what you love is, I think, that the first and the only advice I'd give. Rest will figure itself out.
Okay, but then people say na ki, like for people who are starting out, ki yaar, how are you going to support your family, or how are you going to earn from it? Okay, because having a passion is what they understand, like you rightly said, but how is that going to materialize into some things like which become validating marks? Like for example, for you, you're going to Saregama. Okay, for them maybe a gig here and there. Okay, so how does that how can that happen to them? That's what I'm.
It's a journey. I mean, people say that there are superstars who are born overnight, but like someone said somewhere, I've heard that overnight comes after years.
Exactly.
Right, that night comes after years.
Right.
People don't talk about that. So we are thankfully in an age where you can multitask. You can have multiple sources of income. We are in an age of social media where content pays. Right. So there are multiple ways of surviving.
Correct.
Till the time you can thrive in something you love. So till then, don't keep aspirational choices, luxurious choices. Live limited, and put your time and whatever little money you can from those multiple options where you're surviving into what you love. And eventually it will, I think, give back. That is the only advice I can share.
Amazing. So when you started your journey, okay, so then what were the things you started doing in terms of, because songwriting or voiceover, how did you discover that? Like this is my calling, for example?
Well, like I said, I was in Hutchings, which is a convent, sort of an atmosphere. So till my 11th standard, I did not sing even a single Hindi song.
Okay.
There was not a lot of musical exposure at my home. We never used to listen to music together.
Correct.
Record लगा के सुनते हैं. So cricket नहीं देखते थे. ज़्यादा culture entertainment का नहीं था. It was about work, study, right? तो जब मैं 11th 12th में आया तो मैंने देखा कि now I met people who are not from a convent because I was in Warriors, and they used to love Hindi songs, and मैंने भी try किया गाने का because my voice was great, and I found that I started singing those Hindi songs in a very English manner.
Correct.
तो वो एक difference था. Either people hated it or they loved it. There was nothing in between.
Right.
तो मैंने सोचा यार मैं दूसरों के गाने थोड़े नहीं गाता हूँ. I have this unique style of singing.
Correct.
Let me try and pen down my emotions.
Okay.
And I started writing.
Okay.
I did not know an instrument. So the first thing that I did when I joined engineering is, rather than picking up a book, I picked up a guitar.
Okay.
From my senior. Hostel mein, instead of unfortunately attending lectures, I used to be in my hostel room trying to figure out G, C and D. तो B तो पता नहीं क्या हुआ. G, C and D.
The chords you got it.
Right. And उसी में मैंने अपना पहला गाना लिखा about a certain emotion that I felt in my life. All my songs are excerpts from my life. तो मैंने कुछ सिंपल सा लिखा, बड़ा ही सिंपल है. अभी मेरे को शायद वो इतना अच्छा नहीं लगता, but वो पहला था. Correct. Special. तो मैंने लिखना शुरू किया. And like people say कि तुम कुछ करना शुरू करते हो और उसको करते रहते हो तो you keep getting better at it.
Right.
And yeah, that's how it started for me, songwriting.
Okay.
Because I did not want to go into covers or Bollywood or Hollywood songs. I decided that let me pen down my own emotions and let me sing them.
Right.
मेरी audience शायद कम होगी because people discovery mode में कम रहते हैं and they want to listen to songs that they love.
Correct.
But then I think independent music today is in a very good space where people are ready to discover new things.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that is how my journey started as a song.
Amazing. And then how did Saregama happen? And describe that journey as well.
Right. So my wife was pregnant basically in 2016. She got her maternity leave, and I was working and gigging in clubs because I loved music. Couldn't stop myself from going there. उसने देखा कि ये बंदा सो तो रहा नहीं है, 2-3 घंटे सो रहा है, 6 महीने की छुट्टी है, सैलरी आएगी, तो भाई साहब को बोलते हैं 6 महीने दे देते हैं इसको।
अच्छा हाँ,
तो उसने मेरे को 6 महीने दे दिए
ओके
विद अ नोटिस कि यार 6 महीने में कुछ नहीं हुआ तो तेरे पास 8 साल का कॉर्पोरेट एक्सपीरियंस है, कहीं भी ज्वाइन कर लेना।
करेक्ट करेक्ट करेक्ट।
तो मैं बोला ठीक है, अब देयर इज अ बेबी ऑन द वे, यू नो, शालिनी इज प्रेग्नेंट, बहुत सारे खर्चे आने वाले हैं घर पे, मेरी सैलरी नहीं है बिकॉज आई हैव क्विट द जॉब। नाउ क्लब शोज इज नॉट द थिंग, आई हैव टू गन बिग।
करेक्ट।
So I have seen that if I put myself in such a situation, whenever I have put myself, or whenever इस प्रकृति ने मुझे इस situation में डाला है जहाँ पे भाई आर्या पार करना है मुझे, तो मैं आर्या पार कर देता हूँ।
करेक्ट।
तो thankfully at the time बहुत हाथ पैर माने मैंने, and मतलब उसके पहले मैं सोनी मिक्स वॉइस ऑफ पूना जीत चुका था, तो मैं competitive environment में रह चुका था।
करेक्ट।
एंड बोलते हैं कि मेरी दादी माँ बोलती थी कि तकदीर के साथ तदबीर दोनों एक दूसरे के साथ मिलते हैं ना, तभी आपकी जिंदगी बनती है।
Right.
आप कितना भी तदबीर कर लें, आपकी तकदीर नहीं है तो कुछ नहीं होगा,
कुछ होने वाला।
मैंने सोचा भी नहीं था जिंदगी में कि मैं सारेगामापा जैसे शो में जाऊंगा, बिकॉज बिफोर 2016 द लास्ट विनर वाज जसराज जोशी फ्रॉम पुणे, एंड प्रायर टू दैट वर ऑल क्लासिकल सिंगर्स। तो मैंने सोचा भाई मेरा तो क्या होगा यार, मतलब मैंने सीखा भी नहीं है क्लासिकल।
राइट।
मतलब मैं किशोर कुमार जी के भी के पे नहीं, उन्होंने भी नहीं सीखा था, बट यू नो मेरा टोटली डिफरेंट जॉनर है, एक इंग्लिश और रॉक सॉर्ट ऑफ जॉनर है। बट जब मैं गया और ऑडिशन दिया मैंने वहाँ, मैंने ऐसा गाना चुना जो शायद किसी और को नहीं पसंद है, बिकॉज माई टेस्ट इज डिफरेंट एज अ पर्सन, यू नो, एज अ म्यूजिशियन। तो वो गाना उनको अच्छा लग गया और उनको वैसा फ्लेवर चाहिए था उस साल उस शो में। एंड या तो मेरी जो इतनी तदबीर थी तब तक की कि यार नहीं, आई विल नॉट डू व्हाट अदर पीपल आर डूइंग जस्ट बिकॉज आई वांट टू, यू नो, बी फेमस, आई वांट टू क्रिएट माय नीश।
राइट।
तो वो नीश वहाँ पे उस समय में उस मोमेंट में उनको पसंद आ गई।
ओके।
एंड इट क्लिक्ड।
हाँ।
दैट्स हाउ सारेगामापा हैपेंड।
ओके।
आई विल वेरी वेरी ऑनेस्टली से कि मेरे से बहुत ज़्यादा टैलेंटेड लोग एलिमिनेट हुए मेरे पहले, बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छी आवाज़ें मेरे पहले एलिमिनेट हुई, बट मैं तो ऑफ कोर्स नहीं कर सकता था वो लोग जो मुर्गियाँ करते थे एंड ऑल दो स्टफ, बट जो मैं करता था वो भी शायद वो नहीं कर सकते थे। राइट। सो दैट वाज द डिफरेंस। आई मीन, एज लॉन्ग एज यू फाइंड योर नीश, नो वन कैन स्टॉप यू, यू विल ऑलवेज हैव अ क्राउड। 10,000 नहीं होंगे, 100 होंगे, बट 100 जान दे देंगे आपके लिए।
राइट।
मतलब बिकॉज दे लव यू दैट मच।
And so, but I understand Saregama, the whole journey is really exhausting because, you know, there's elimination, you have to check 2 songs, and then I guess there's voting and things, a lot of things, you know.
Right.
But then how is life after Saregama and how did that platform help you?
I think it was the best thing to happen to me. लोग आजकल बहुत सारी रील्स बनाते हैं about financial freedom. I think एक तरह से career freedom मिल गई थी मेरे को. Because people started knowing me, I started being able to thrive on music because I started charging more. मैं TV पे आ गया था, and एक दिशा मिल गई थी मेरे को कि ठीक है चलो, अब एटलीस्ट मैं म्यूजिक में कुछ कर सकता हूँ, स्टेज के आसपास रह सकता हूँ।
बराबर।
लोग फिर भी मुझे मेरे गानों के लिए नहीं जानते थे, मैं फिर भी सॉन्ग राइटर बनना चाहता था, बट एटलीस्ट म्यूजिक के लिए तो जानते थे, बिकॉज मेरी एकमात्र हमेशा एक तरह से, यू नो, एक गोल, एक लक्ष्य रहा है लाइफ में कि कहीं पे कोई मुझे सुन ले, मुझे देखे भी नहीं तो पहचान ले कि ये लक्ष्य है। दैट्स माय गोल। मेरा और कोई बहुत बड़ा, यू नो, बंगले, मर्सिडीज, ये सब का गोल नहीं है, बट कहीं पे कोई अनजान व्यक्ति जो मुझे जानता नहीं है पर्सनली, अगर मुझे सुन के मुझे पहचान लेना, दैट इज इनफ फॉर मी, दैट इज व्हाट आई वांट टू डू इन लाइफ। तो आई थिंक वो एक स्टार्ट था उस जर्नी का कि हाँ चलो, लोग मुझे अब मेरे म्यूजिक के लिए पहचानने लगे हैं, मेरी आवाज़ अलग है, मेरे गाने का तरीका अलग है, तो लोग वो समझ में आने लगा है लोगों को, चाहे कुछ लोग हों वो। तो दैट, यू नो, दैट स्टार्ट वाज रियली ग्रेट। सारेगामापा वाज अमेजिंग, एंड उसके बाद से आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग बिगर शोज। शालिनी नेवर वेंट बैक टू वर्क, because the baby came and she had the freedom now to, you know, give time at home and give me the freedom to travel for shows.
Right.
तो वो सब शुरू हुआ। I think 2020 तक काफी कुछ अच्छा चला म्यूजिक में।
Right.
You know, everything was great. 2019 में I was also a part of The Voice.
Okay.
अदनान सामी सर के।
Yeah.
And that was again, वो बोलते हैं ना, एक शो का एक रेडियस होता है, फिर लोग, फिर एक नया जनरेशन आ जाता है, उनको भी आपको देखना होता है, तो आप एक और शो में जाते हो। तो that's how Voice happened.
Correct.
And yeah, उसके बीच में कुछ प्लेबैक्स हुए, कुछ अपने गाने निकालने की कोशिशें हुई जो नाकाम रही, because everybody was like, okay, मतलब बॉलीवुड टाइप सिंगर है ये,
हाँ
उस तरह से एसोसिएट है बिकॉज आई वाज अ पार्ट ऑफ रियलिटी शो.
करेक्ट
लोग स्टीरियोटाइप बहुत जल्दी कर लेते हैं आपको कि हाँ अच्छा ये रियलिटी शो सिंगर है, ये प्लेबैक सिंगर है, ये इंडिपेंडेंट सिंगर है. तीनों एक साथ होना लोग एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पाते. एंड दैट्स वेयर आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट नीश.
ओके
तो या आई स्टिल वांटेड to form the niche of the songwriter vibe, but I had to also thrive. I had to also make sure that I continue shows.
Correct.
And that was only in Bollywood. The money was coming only because of Bollywood songs.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I was doing.
So we're getting a request for you to sing a song because we want to know the exact style because we just all curious. So
right.
can you kuch panktiya for us? Can you just?
Sure. I think most people know me for this song because. कुणाल गांजावाला सर स्टेज पे आ गए थे.
Amazing.
When I sang this, so it's like, oh हमदम सुनियो रे, ओ जानिया सुनियो रे, ओ जानिया शाम को खिड़की से चोरी चोरी नंगे पाँव चांद आएगा, ओ हमदम सुनियो रे, ओ जानिया सुनियो रे, ओ जानिया शाम को खिड़की से चोरी चोरी नंगे पाँव चांद आएगा.
Amazing. Come on. Amazing.
Thanks.
So, coming till 2020,
Yeah.
COVID,
Yeah.
what changed and how things happened after COVID and during
Yeah.
COVID, obviously.
I think if you remember a few minutes ago, I told you when I'm put in a position
Right.
where
You have to perform.
you have to do something,
Correct.
to survive. So COVID was that for me because majority of my income was based on live shows. And in Feb 2020, my first album was completely recorded.
Wow.
For the first time, I was putting out songs that I had written because I wanted to pursue that songwriter journey always.
Correct.
In May 2020, 7-city tour was planned with my band for those songs.
Impeccable timing.
Right, impeccable timing. And before I could even announce the tour, that one day lockdown was
COVID
announced.
hits March, yeah.
Yeah, that one day lockdown, अरे एक दिन चलता है,
ठीक
कोई
है.
problem नहीं है, परसों शुरू हो जाएगा.
Yeah.
And that परसों came very late, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So, when the lockdown hit, it was definitely, a shock wave sent through all the plans. And उस समय हमको, मतलब, for musicians who performed live, studios बंद थे, so you could not go to record.
Right.
आपके घर पे रिकॉर्डिंग सेटअप है तो एक बून है आपके लिए.
Right.
बट आई वाज नॉट अ प्लेबैक सिंगर.
Correct.
कि लोग मुझे स्क्रैचेस भेज रहे हैं और मैं रिकॉर्ड करके भेज रहा हूँ.
Right.
लोग वेट कर रहे हैं मेरे गाने के रिलीजेस के लिए.
Yeah.
The only way I could probably think of creating a channel of money is performing online. अब मेरे पास thankfully रिकॉर्डिंग सेटअप था. So घर पे मैंने इसी तरह का एक ब्यूटीफुल रिकॉर्डिंग सेटअप क्रिएट किया और मैं सोचा मैं ऑनलाइन शो करूंगा. मैंने एक शो किया ऑनलाइन. वो शो टिकेटेड था. मेरे जितने भी फैंस थे अराउंड द वर्ल्ड, मतलब कुछ लोग बाहर जाके सेटल हो गए पूना से एंड ऑल दैट, कुछ लोगों ने मेरे को कनाडा से देखा हुआ था, वो सब लोगों ने ज्वाइन किया एंड दे पेड फॉर दैट. और मेरे मतलब एटलीस्ट बोलते हैं ना 5 फिगर्स से ज़्यादा के सेटअप पे मैं गा रहा था और वो 3 फिगर्स से कम के प्राइस के ईयरफोन्स पे मुझे सुन रहे थे.
करेक्ट.
तो मैं कितना भी 100% यहाँ से दे दूँ, ये और वो इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी का इम्बैलेंस और जूम की ऑडियो कंप्रेशन मेरी एक वाइब को पहुंचा ही नहीं पा रही थी. तो मुझे मजा नहीं आ रहा था. मुझे पता है स्टेज पे अगर मैं इसको इस तरह गाऊं ना, ये इस तरह रिएक्ट करेगा, मुझे वो सालों के एक्सपीरियंस से पता था.
करेक्ट.
बट ऑनलाइन ना मेरे को मजा आ रहा था ना उनको आ रहा था. तो मैं चाहता नहीं था कि उनका जो इमेज है ना मेरे बारे में एज अ परफॉर्मर वो डिटेरियोरेट हो.
राइट.
And that's the reason I decided never to do an online show after that. I did that one show.
Okay.
And then I decided, okay, I have a recording setup. What can I do?
Correct.
During my stint at JP Morgan Chase, when I was a corporate employee, I was a corporate trainer there. तो मैं अपने modules बनाता था. And because I used to also have a good command over the language, I used to also record the modules in my voice for people to listen to. मतलब
Correct.
it was,
Like corporate videos
हाँ
and like
मतलब इतने सैलरी में ही कर ले.
Correct, correct.
सीन था वो कि भाई हाँ मतलब मल्टीटास्किंग करो.
हाँ.
So I was like, ये तो किया था. एंड बीच में AK स्टूडियोज है पूना में. मैंने ऐसे ही फन के लिए, बिकॉज एज एन आर्टिस्ट यू ट्राई टू लर्न डिफरेंट थिंग्स, मैंने एक वॉइस ओवर फाउंडेशन कोर्स किया था वहाँ पे, जस्ट टू नो अबाउट द इंडस्ट्री.
Correct.
एक महीने में इंसान क्या ही सीख लेगा एक बड़ी इंडस्ट्री के बारे में. बट आई डिड दैट जस्ट टू इंट्रोड्यूस माई सेल्फ. तो मुझे पता था ठीक है वॉइस ओवर्स करके है.
Correct.
आई रिकॉर्डेड माई डेमोज. मैंने मेरे खुद के डेमोज मेरे डॉ पे रिकॉर्ड किए. डॉ इज अ डिजिटल ऑडियो वर्क स्टेशन जहाँ पे हम लोग म्यूजिक भी रिकॉर्ड करते हैं. तो आई न्यू हाउ टू यूज इट. मैंने अपने डेमोज रिकॉर्ड करे एंड आई सेट कि चलो स्टूडियोज खुले नहीं है, मेरे पास रिकॉर्डिंग सेटअप है, लोगों को रिकॉर्डिंग सेटअप्स की जरूरत होगी.
करेक्ट.
कॉल करते हैं. गूगल पे लिस्ट निकाली किन किन को वॉइस ओवर्स चाहिए होगा. स्टूडियोज, एडवर्टाइजिंग एजेंसीज, प्रोडक्शन हाउसेस सब बंद पड़े हुए हैं. बट काम सब कुछ ऑनलाइन आ रहा है.
करेक्ट.
वॉइस चाहिए तो किसी ना किसी को तो चाहिए होगा.
राइट.
भेजना शुरू किया. थोड़ा बहुत काम आने लगा. थोड़ा नहीं बहुत काम आने लगा. एंड फिर धीरे धीरे फिर वॉइस ओवर्स ने एक तरह से मुझे सर्वाइव करने में हेल्प किया. ऑफ कोर्स मेरी सेविंग्स थी, ऐसा नहीं था कि नहीं
ऑब्वियसली या.
बट अदर देन दैट बोलते हैं ना कि यू स्टिल हैव इन योर हेड कि ओके आई वांट टू गेट दिस मच इन माय हाउस एवरी मंथ. दैट हैपेंड बिकॉज ऑफ वॉइस ओवर्स ड्यूरिंग द पैंडेमिक. तो 1.5-2 years में पीपल ऑल्सो स्टार्टेड लुकिंग एट मी एज अ वॉइस आर्टिस्ट कि इसकी आवाज सिर्फ गाती नहीं है.
करेक्ट.
कुछ बताती भी है.
राइट.
And that's where that identity sort of started कि okay voice over artist है. And by the end of those 1.5-2 years, because I used to work for MNCs, because I understood कि ये global village है. मैं पूना में हूँ तो क्या हुआ, मैं इटली के लिए भी काम करूँगा. So I had reached out to the world during that time. और by the end of the pandemic, I had global clients giving me voice over work.
Correct.
So yeah, जब pandemic खत्म हुआ तब मैं एक म्यूजिशियन और वॉइस आर्टिस्ट दोनों था. और मैंने ऐसी डिपेंडेबिलिटी क्रिएट कर ली थी. आई जनरली डू दैट, मतलब इन एनी फील्ड दैट आई वर्क आई लाइक टू क्रिएट अ डिपेंडेबिलिटी. मैं स्किल तो सब में होता है, बट एक रिश्ता निभाना, एक सामने वाले को अंडर प्रॉमिस करके ओवर डिलीवर करना एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज होती है. और वो मुझे काफी अच्छी तरह से आती है, आई बिलीव. एंड दैट्स हाउ आई क्रिएटेड दैट डिपेंडेबिलिटी. अब वॉइस ओवर क्लाइंट्स भी थे और म्यूजिक क्लाइंट्स भी थे, तो मेरे शोज भी शुरू हो गए, वॉइस ओवर्स भी चलता रहा. And yeah, that's how I'm here today.
Amazing. So, what are the opportunities right now you see in this field of voiceover artists, for example, singers, songwriters in the industry today?
Right.
And how do you envision the future scope of this career, like for you or and even for the viewers who are trying to get in? So yeah.
Right. See, it's a great industry. Singer songwriters who. या वॉइस ओवर आर्टिस्ट हो. इफ यू हैव समथिंग दैट पुट्स योर पर्सनैलिटी ऑन पेपर और ऑन रिकॉर्ड, इट विल सेल बिकॉज योर पर्सनैलिटी, while it is niche, your experiences are common amongst a lot of people.
Correct.
So if you share your experiences, whether through songs or whether if you share your art in terms of making a script come to life, people will relate to it.
Correct.
Ad copies ऐसे ही नहीं बिकते हैं. 15 सेकंड में लोग 15 करोड़ नहीं बना लेते through marketing their products through a voice over ad.
Right.
That voice over ad has an impact.
Absolutely.
And उसमें आपकी पर्सनालिटी शाइन करती है. So yeah, अगर आपकी पर्सनालिटी है और आपके पास स्किल है, it is a great industry. AI आ रहा है.
Yeah.
But AI उन लोगों की जॉब खाएगा जिनमें बेसिक स्किल है. Like I said, स्किल सब में होना चाहिए, बट उसके अलावा a human interaction, human dependability, professionalism, etiquettes,
correct,
your under promising, over delivering quality, ये सारी चीजें हैं जो आपको इंडस्ट्री में रखेंगी.
Right.
Human interaction will not die is what I feel.
Absolutely.
At any point in time.
Lovely. Yeah. So this journey was definitely not easy, but definitely. So what were the challenges or setbacks, during this journey of yours that were because you reach a point at a time कि यार I'm doing everything. Right. To be there. I'm calling everyone. I'm knocking each and every door.
Right.
Okay, maybe I've done Saregama. Maybe after that journey.
Right.
But there's a time that you're trying to knock all the doors.
Right.
And you just want one of the doors to open. So
right.
What was that? Can you share some experience in that?
Sure. See, I had moved to Mumbai in 2019. Very few people know about it. I was there for about 7 months before the pandemic. And काफ़ी सारे आर्टिस्ट एजेंसीज मेरे को अप्रोच कर रहे थे that we want to manage you. Because the voice हो गया था, सारे हो गया था, playbacks हो गए थे, मेरे shows अच्छे चल रहे थे. But when I used to go to them, वो लोग ना हमेशा visually मुझे पहले देखते थे. And I've always been a big guy.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah. I mean ऐसा नहीं है कि हाँ एक दिन मुझे fast food खाने का मन किया मैं मोटा हो गया. You know, right? Yeah. So they used to always ask first, भाई तू अपने body पे काम कर. You know, you should, because stage पे देखो दिखेगा तो बिकेगा. Right? And मुझे ना कुछ हद तक उसमें actually belief होने लगा था. मुझे होने लगा था उसमें belief. मैं उस पे काम भी किया था. In fact, if you see my a couple of pictures that you will see on Instagram, I had lost about 20 kgs. Wow. But उसके बाद क्या हुआ था कि I realized that this is not why people like me or why people love
exactly.
me. क्योंकि मेरी एक personality अलग है, right? I shouldn't compromise on that. And मेरा एक थोड़ा ना honestly एक mental block type हो गया था कि if you don't look good, you won't sell good.
Correct.
मतलब एक level तक पहुंच सकते हैं, उसके बाद you have to, you know, be the whole package.
Right.
And वो मेरी I think सबसे बड़ी गलतफहमी थी, because उसके बाद when I started putting on again, वो demotivation settle होने लगी कि भाई इतना मैंने मेहनत किया, ये हुआ, इसके साथ sign हुआ,
and then there's guilt,
इसकी बात सुन ली, अपनी खुद, you know, अपने को खुद को वो सारी चीजें करी जो तुमको नहीं करनी थी.
Correct.
Because ऐसा नहीं था कि कोई health issue है.
Right.
So I think that was the worst mistake I made. But in that, I also learned something about myself, that different people have different aspirations in life.
Right.
I do not want to become very famous. ज़रूरी नहीं है. वो मेरे लिए ज़रूरी नहीं है. मेरे को Mercedes ज़रूरी नहीं है. मेरे को बड़े बंगले ज़रूरी नहीं है.
Right.
I realized this when I stayed away from my family. And I'm a very family oriented guy.
Right.
मैं फैमिली के बिना ऑपरेट नहीं कर पा रहा था.
Right.
To be totally honest. वो एक बहुत बड़ा सपोर्ट सिस्टम है मेरे लिए. And that's why I decided to myself, लोग बोलते हैं कि तुमको मुंबई जाना पड़ेगा अगर काम चाहिए तुमको. आज भी मेरे को मुंबई से बहुत सारे ऑफर्स हैं कि तुम मुंबई में आके रहो, तुमको हम रोज काम देंगे. बट आई बिलीव कि अगर मैं पूना में रह के मेरी फैमिली के साथ वही काम कर सकूं यहाँ पे,
Absolutely.
I would rather do that.
Amazing.
अगर वो काम हो तो इट्स ओके. मैं रात के 2 बजे वाला कि हाँ भाई 1 घंटे में पहुंच जाओ, वो काम मिस हो गया ना, चलेगा. करेक्ट. बट आई एम वेरी क्लियर अबाउट दैट. तो जिस दिन इंडस्ट्री पूना शिफ्ट हो गई, ग्रेट. बट आई एम वेरी वेरी क्लियर एंड वेरी कंटेंट इन व्हाट आई एम डूइंग राइट नाउ. एंड या मुझे पता है कि मुझे, मतलब मैं इसमें संतुष्ट हूँ, मुझे कोई रिग्रेट्स नहीं है.
राइट.
सो या जो चैलेंज जो आया था वही आई थिंक उस फेज में आया था जब मैं खुद को एक विजुअली एस्पिरेशनल बनाना चाह रहा था. But that was not the key.
Correct. No, absolutely, like amazing, because you know you're good at something, right, but that does not have to like always be like what your physical appearance is.
Right, but that's the truth, man.
That's the truth. Yeah.
Push you to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. Amazing. So I guess this creative field of yours must have some process of yours, right? Like when you're going into that voiceover artist phase or singing, right, or anything. So what's your process like? How do you get into that creative zone, and you know how do you work on your art? That's something.
I think जिस तरह के आर्ट में मैं हूँ, like voiceovers or singing, it's not only that particular moment that you have to be in the zone. अभी like you know ये podcast चल रहा है, I'm observing while I'm talking, you know मैं ये observe कर रहा हूँ कि तुम कैसे बात कर रहे हो.
Right. हाँ.
Right. क्यों मुझे लग रहा है जो तुम actually मुझे बोलना चाहते हो. It's communication at the end, right?
Correct. हाँ.
अगर मुझे किसी को ये बताना है कि मैं सैड हूँ, मुझे ये जरूरी नहीं है कि बताना पड़े कि मैं सैड हूँ.
Right.
मैं मेरे एक्सप्रेसिवनेस से बता सकता हूँ, ये पर्सनालिटी से बता सकता हूँ, बॉडी लैंग्वेज से बता सकता हूँ. बहुत तरीके होते हैं.
Correct.
And this non-verbal sort of a communication plays more impact. I had the opportunity to learn under Ace dubbing director Mr. Sanjay Nath, who's also a very good actor.
Yeah.
And उन्होंने मुझे ये सिखाया था that you know like तुम एक स्टूडियो में हो, वॉइस ओवर इज अ वेरी लोनली प्रोफेशन. अगर तुम एक कैडबरी की ऐड कर रहे हो तो ज़रूरी नहीं है कि तुम्हारे मुंह में कैडबरी है.
करेक्ट.
बट अगर तुम कैडबरी खा लोगे सही में,
हाँ.
उसको फील करोगे उसकी मिठास को और फिर बात करोगे, you know, if you
Correct.
put yourself in those shoes, then it will be easier. And that's how I started, you know, doing basically. मतलब हर एक चीज़ के लिए possible नहीं होता वो.
हाँ.
But it's very important to control your emotional state. I think meditation, mindfulness is something that really connects you to yourself. And sir also used to promote that. तो वो भी मैं काफ़ी करता हूँ. That helps me in my singing also. Thankfully, these two careers are very interrelated. Now, voice.
Correct.
It's all about the voice.
Yeah.
I love using this line. It's all about the voice.
Voice, yeah.
I'm all about the voice. तो थैंकफुली रियाज भी जो है ना, वो बोलते हैं ना आवाज़ खोलने की चीज़ें,
Right.
वो भी उसमें भी मुझे ज़्यादा नहीं करना पड़ता है. बिकॉज मैं अगर गा लेता हूँ तो मेरी आवाज़ वॉइस ओवर के लिए भी खुल जाती है, और मैं वॉइस ओवर्स कर लेता हूँ तो उसके बाद मेरी आवाज़ ऑलरेडी वार्म्ड अप होती है.
Right.
तो या आई मीन आई रियली डोंट हैव, यू कैन से अ मेथड टू दिस मैडनेस, बट आई एम वेरी अवेयर ऑलवेज. आई ट्राई एंड ऑब्जर्व थिंग्स. I think that's the only learning.
Amazing, amazing. So, we just are curious, like, so what is the kind of genre that you are, like, you know, composing,
Right.
or you've been, like, you know, for example, you said rock,
Right.
and even I've, like, grown up with you listen to Metallica, Iron Maiden, and all, everywhere, the Creed and Westlife and everything,
Right.
everything. And but now, what's your genre? Because why am I coming to this question? Because within 19 or 20. We saw a big uprising in India about rap music,
Right.
especially with Gully Boy,
Right.
the movie Gully Boy coming,
Right.
and then we saw a lot of artists coming in, booming in, and all kind of different artists now have their places in India, mainly seen in India. Now they've also gone global, and there was the same time when we saw big artists from Canada and all making the mark. So. How do you see yourself, and how has this scene of music also become?
Well, I primarily see myself as a songwriter. I'm a very lyric-oriented person. तो किसी genre में मैं अगर खुद को डालूँ ना, तो it's only based on the perception of what people have seen me. अब मैं TV पे आ गया और मैंने rock ज़्यादा गाया है, इसलिए लोगों को लगता है कि I'm a rock musician.
Okay.
But honestly, I'm all about the words.
Right.
Anything that is more impactful, something that can, you know, incite emotions in people in terms of words. I'm into that.
Okay.
So, जैसे I look up to singers like a Chester Bennington and a Vishal Dadlani. You know, ज़रूरी नहीं है कि उन्होंने सिर्फ गाया है लाइफ में.
Correct.
Chester has also rapped in some of his songs.
Right.
अगर आप फर्जी का गाना सुन लो तो उसमें विशाल ने भी रैप
Exactly,
किया है.
yeah.
You know, अगर आप उड़दा पंजाब देख लो उसमें भी रैप किया है.
Yeah.
So it's not about you know, fitting into a box. But lyrically, I really am something that I look at myself as a lyrics writer first, and फिर उसको किस emotion में गाया है मैंने, उस हिसाब से अपना music produce करवाता हूँ.
Okay.
In my songs you will find majorly something that's heavy, of course, because मुझे अच्छा लगता है rock music, but अगर एक गाना rock, अगर कुछ lyrics rock में fit नहीं होते, like a ज़रूरी करके एक मेरा song है, it's a ballad. It's a love song. तो मैंने उसको उस तरह से प्रोड्यूस करा है. And in fact, आप रैप की बात कर रहे थे, you know, my upcoming single, which is releasing this month, is something which is a mix of hip hop and rock. You know, something like a Linkin Park does.
Right.
So, yeah. So I don't bind myself. Again, I understand it's important to find a niche, but like I said, I'm not looking to take a formula and make my life.
Correct.
I want to do what I want to do.
Right.
And then if it takes me somewhere, great. But I am not really, you know, going to be कि हाँ अच्छा ये चल गया, ये formula चल गया, चलो इसको repeat करते हैं.
Correct.
I don't want to replicate that.
Right.
Whatever I feel, I pen down and I compose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, so in this competitive entertainment industry, what strategies do you think, you know, that can, you know, make you stand out, or a voiceover artist can make them stand out, or, you know, be ahead of the curve in terms of the competition, in terms of doing your work? So, any tips if you would like?
First important tip is that get a hold on the language in terms of voiceovers.
Okay.
लोगों को लगता है अच्छी आवाज़ है तो great, नहीं. It's about the language.
Right.
अगर आप खुद को introduce करते हो कि I'm an English voice artist or I'm a Hindi voice artist, make sure that you can do every script, because तुमको किस तरह का client मिलेगा is not your choice. The client likes your voice, they will give you a script. You need to be able to say everything in the way he wants it.
Right.
अलग अलग मदर टंग इन्फ्लुएंसेस भी होती हैं, जैसे कि आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ फ्रेंड्स हियर इन पुणे हु स्पीक हिंदी बट दे हैव अ महाराष्ट्रियन टच टू इट.
करेक्ट. हाँ.
अगर प्रोडक्ट महाराष्ट्रियन है तो उनकी हिंदी बहुत अच्छी चलेगी.
हाँ, right.
मेरी शायद नहीं चले.
करेक्ट.
सो यू नीड टू फाइंड योर बोलते हैं ना मार्केट फिट.
राइट.
ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है. दुनिया में सारा काम आप नहीं कर सकते हो. फाइंड योर मार्केट फिट एंड चेज दैट.
राइट.
थर्ड इज वेरी वेरी सिंपल, गेट अ होम रिकॉर्डिंग सेटअप.
अच्छा.
बिकॉज पैंडेमिक हो या कुछ भी हो, आपको घर पे एक सेटअप चाहिए. बिकॉज मैं मेरे सारे मतलब रिसेंटली आई हैव आल्सो स्टार्टेड कोचिंग अ फ्यू स्टूडेंट्स हु wanted guidance in voiceovers. मैं उनको बोलता हूँ you're not a voiceover artist, you're a doctor with a pager. वहाँ सर्जरी है, तुमको आ गया मैसेज, तुम भागो.
करेक्ट.
बिकॉज वो 50 लोगों को कांटेक्ट कर चुके हैं.
हाँ.
वो तुम्हारी आवाज पहले सुनेंगे तो शायद उनको पहले पसंद आ जाए तुम.
राइट.
सो बी क्विक. दैट इज, एंड वो तुम तभी कर पाओगे जब तुम्हारे पास होम स्टूडियो का एक्सेस है.
राइट. राइट.
सो या आई थिंक दीज आर 3 थिंग्स दैट पीपल कैन स्टार्ट ऑफ विद. देयर आर मेनी.
Amazing, amazing. So, what do you think? What role do you believe technology and digital platforms play in shaping up the future of voiceover artists or music? And what do you think, like the new emerging trends that are coming in terms of mixing 2 songs and then making it a reel, and then it just blows up, and the whole world you see is dancing on that tune, or doing something or the other. So how do you see all this with the changing dynamics?
See, it's great, yeah. I mean, I love it. When people use their talent to make such reels. मैं खुद बहुत सारी reels देखता हूँ.
Yeah.
And मतलब it's true. You cannot take away from it that people don't come on Instagram for education and serious
Never.
stuff.
Yeah.
They come there for entertainment. ठीक है. And वो उनको मिल रहा है. तो यार, it's great. It's a great market fit. तुम इंस्टा पे कुछ एजुकेशनल डालोगे, सीरियस डालोगे, वो नहीं चलेगा.
नहीं चलने वाला. Exactly. Yeah.
So you should explore the platform that you want to. ये डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म्स बहुत हेल्प कर रहे हैं लोगों को. एंड जो लोग मेहनत कर पा रहे हैं इसमें, I mean, जो लोग इसमें टाइम दे पा रहे हैं, वो लोग बहुत कमा रहे हैं, बहुत सीख रहे हैं. I mean, I'm sure you as a podcaster, since you have started this, you must have met people from all walks of life and learned so many things that you don't know.
A lot. Yeah.
So ये अगर platforms नहीं होते तो हम लोग शायद ये नहीं कर पाते.
Exactly.
So I love these platforms. This advent should definitely go on. And technology is only going to help us put our art out more. कुछ लोग उसमें अच्छे होते हैं, कुछ लोग नहीं होते हैं. I'm very technologically handicapped. Honestly, I get very you can say, I wouldn't say I fear technology, but मेरे को लगता है कि मैं जितना face to face energies exchange करता हूँ लोगों से ना, उतना एक screen के साथ नहीं कर पाता.
नहीं.
Yeah, that's something I've realized for myself. And yeah.
But just out of the blue, like I've seen a lot of voiceover reels. They're so funny, dude. They're so funny. There's this guy I follow. So he speaks this local Hyderabadi, and what he does is he takes like series, English series, and he dubs them in that Hyderabadi format, for example. They're so hilarious, and it's such a difficult task. I mean, to do. But that's working for him. There's one influencer, I'll share you the page. He's doing amazing. He takes office ka scenario, and he's like making Michael Scott talking in Hyderabadi and a Kaiku gym and all that. So it's really funny, people doing things.
It is, yeah. I mean, bringing characters to life is crazy.
Exactly. Yeah. So can you share any memorable experiences or collaborations that have left long-lasting impressions on you?
Any collaborations?
Yeah. Or any memorable experiences in this journey?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm just picking out which one. I think during the pandemic, I told you that I had, put out an album. And I'm a huge fan of country music in the US. The US का जो country music capital है वो है Nashville. And उधर पे बहुत सारे ऐसे artists हैं like Luke Bryan, Blake Shelton, जिनका मैं बहुत बड़ा fan हूँ. I've been listening Florida Georgia Line. बहुत लोग शायद नहीं सुनते होंगे, but I love that sort of music because अब lyrically अगर देखेंगे, they talk about very simple things very beautifully and convey emotions in their songs. तो मैं उनके म्यूजिशियंस को बहुत टाइम से मैसेज कर रहा था जस्ट टू कोलैबोरेट विद देम विदाउट इवन थिंकिंग, सालों से. एंड वन ऑफ द म्यूजिशियंस रिप्लाइड टू मी इन द पैंडेमिक, उनके पास भी टाइम था. Her name is Jenny Fleenor. She is, played with Blake Shelton in his band.
Wow.
And she is a 4-time CMA award winner, which is
Wow.
basically like the Grammys for country music. She replied back. I sent her the song called Zaruri. She liked it and she decided to play fiddle on it.
Wow.
I have never met her till today, even online. मतलब हम लोग एक कॉल पे गए थे and connection बहुत खराब था उस समय. But I told her about the song. She loved the song. She played the fiddle on it.
Wow.
She sent it across, and we released it in the year 2020 itself.
Amazing.
You can check it out.
Yeah.
That was, I think, the biggest collaboration that I've done till now with a person that I've never met.
Correct.
Till now.
Yeah.
She's invited me, so whenever I travel there, I will definitely meet her and maybe even perform the song there.
Absolutely.
So yeah, to be able to work with an industry who, in linguistically and geographically you don't know anything about, I think was an excellent experience for me.
Wow, amazing. So if you could, voice any animated character,
Right.
okay, who would it be and why?
Well, I'm a huge anime fan. मतलब anime तो मैं mangas तो देखता ही हूँ, and I would like to do a lot of anime, especially for characters like Goku or character like Tanjiro. But for now, I'm into this Kung Fu Panda zone.
Okay, yeah.
Because Kung Fu Panda 4 भी आ
It's
रही है.
releasing day after, yeah.
And I'm a huge Jack Black fan. So Jack
Same
Black
here, man. Same
he's
here.
an amazing
He is
voice
amazing.
actor.
Yeah.
So he was also into voiceovers and voice acting and dubbing. He has in fact dubbed for Po, who is who's
The Kung Fu Panda. Yeah.
I would love to dub that in Hindi.
Arey, amazing.
Yeah. I mean, recently I have just started dubbing. मैंने कुछ series के लिए काम किया है, which I cannot disclose right now.
Okay.
But yeah, if I get a chance, I would love to definitely dub for Po.
Po, yeah. Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, I see myself pretty much personality-wise कि हाँ मतलब he's a big guy. But he has some innate powers in him.
Absolutely.
That probably only he knows till he shows it to the world.
Yeah. I think even I've related a lot to him.
Yeah, मेरे
Like
को पांडा ही बुलाता
whenever like my elevator's down, I'm like stairs.
Right.
So, but Jack Black, I think his best movie for me was School of Rock.
Oh man,
That was like the best
Brilliant.
movie. Brilliant.
He's got some really good movies under his wing.
Yeah.
Shallow Hal. मतलब पहले की जो Jack Black movies हैं, just amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
School of Rock तो was, I've seen it at
Next,
least 20 times.
yeah, next.
And he himself is a musician. He has
Yes.
a band called Tenacious D.
Yes.
Which is again into pop rock. You can say funny rock. So I love that. I love him as a character. अभी recently उसने एक Britney Spears का Oops, I Did It Again का rock version.
Oh yeah.
Crazy guy he is.
He does amazing things. Yeah, he does amazing things. Okay, so talking about dubbing, I've always been curious how dubbing happens.
Right.
Can you tell us like what is the behind the scene and how is it actually done? Because it's really curious that you're seeing something and then you have to talk and then you have to take a style or something like that. So how does it happen, like in a crisp thing, if you can tell?
Yeah, sure. I mean, dubbing is not something that that cannot be learned. It can be an acquired skill.
Okay.
उसके लिए थोड़ी सी knowledge होनी चाहिए subject के बारे में जिसके लिए dub
Right,
कर रहे हो.
right.
Because कभी-कभी क्या होता है ना, सब कुछ script के हिसाब से नहीं होता.
हाँ.
So as long as you have some studio experience and you are able to think out of the box उस समय because you're dubbing in a different language, you can dub. That's what I've come to know.
Okay.
Recently एक India Voice Fest नाम की एक festival हुई थी, जो हर साल होती है. It's where all voice artists come together. It's the only festival I think that started bringing voice artists and the dubbing industry together. तो मैं पिछले 3 साल से तो अटेंड कर रहा हूँ. एंड दिस ईयर जब मैंने अटेंड किया तो मैंने खुद अप्रोच किया लोगों को, बिकॉज आई एम नोन एज अ वॉइस ओवर आर्टिस्ट जो कॉर्पोरेट वॉइस ओवर्स करता है. एंड उन्होंने मेरे को एक डबिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी दी. तो डबिंग क्राउड डबिंग से शुरू होती है.
अच्छा.
जैसे अगर हम लोग यहाँ पॉडकास्ट कर रहे हैं और पीछे कुछ खुसफुस चल रही है, पीछे खुसफुस भी जो है वो डब्ड है. तो उस खुसफुस की डब से शुरू होती है. एंड देन पीपल आइडेंटिफाई यू कि हाँ इसकी आवाज अच्छी आ रही है यार, इसको इस कैरेक्टर के लिए शायद मैं कास्ट कर सकता हूँ. धीरे धीरे जब आपका एक्सपीरियंस बढ़ता है तो डबिंग डायरेक्टर्स आपको स्पॉट करके साइड कैरेक्टर्स देते हैं. एंड देन इवेंचुअली व्हेन यू master those characters, you can move up to main characters.
Absolutely.
So dubbing works like that.
Amazing.
It's an acquired skill.
So recently, I feel that that was the best dubbed Hindi film in the Telugu film dubbed in Hindi. I think was Pushpa by Shreya's Tarpade, bro.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
Madness.
When I was seeing, I could not even figure out Shreya's Tarpade, and I just googled it during the movie. I was like just blown away. Like, what the fuck?
That guy is amazing.
Amazing.
What a talent.
What a talent.
And you know, honestly, I wait for his movies to come out.
Yeah.
There was one movie that he played a cricketer in. I'm forgetting.
Yeah. Iqbal, I guess.
Iqbal, and then after that as well, I think he played a cricketer on Hotstar.
Oh yeah.
Praveen.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Praveen
God.
Tambe. Yeah.
Yeah, so I literally wait for his movies. I don't know why he doesn't act more, but yes, he's doing a lot of dubs for sure.
Yeah. I think he should.
Yeah,
I think
he
he
should.
should. He's amazing, yeah. I mean that fire, flower, fire. I mean, come on. Yeah. So, can you share any funny or embarrassing moment from one of your voiceover or your playback singing or your shows or anything, something, any funny embarrassing qisse, which was like okay, then you understand कि नहीं.
See, honestly, voiceovers में तो thankfully अभी तक कुछ embarrassing नहीं हुआ है. But if you remember, मैंने अपने career club से शुरू किए थे, तो clubs में हम लोग गाते हैं. There are a lot of different walks of life that people come from.
Correct.
और उस टाइम पे हम लोग एक क्लब में थे और मैं गा रहा था और मेरा गिटार प्लेयर जो है गिटार बजा रहा था.
हाँ.
अब सामने वाला बंदा जो खड़ा था उसको रिक्वेस्ट करना था एक गाना, क्योंकि रिक्वेस्ट आते थे क्लब्स में.
Correct.
और ये भाई साहब कुछ बहुत ही अच्छा पी के बैठे थे.
हाँ.
एंड उनको नाम नहीं याद आ रहा था गाने का, उनको ट्यून याद आ रही थी गाने की. सो आई एम सिंगिंग, एंड उस समय क्या होता था ना, यू वर नॉट एज फेमस कि लोग बाउंसर्स खड़े तुम्हारे आगे.
करेक्ट.
शोज में होते हैं, बट तब कोई बैरियर नहीं होता है. तब इट्स अ वेरी ओपन प्लेटफॉर्म की जाओ जाके इसको रिक्वेस्ट दे दो. Instead of even giving me a chat or writing it and showing it to me, because he could not know the name of the song, मैं एक दूसरा गाना गा रहा हूँ. हाँ. और मेरा गिटार प्लेयर एक वही गाना बजा रहा है, वो हमारे कान में आके वो गाना गाने लगा. So imagine I'm singing a song which is, let's say, X, and he's singing Y in my ear. Oh God. So how confused I got at that time. And my guitar player, मैंने नहीं सुना, मैंने उसको हड़काया तो वो मेरे गिटार प्लेयर के कान में जाके सेम चीज करने लगा. उसके कॉर्ड्स हिल गए, मतलब वो उस गाने के कॉर्ड्स बजाने लगा लिटरली. तो वो बहुत ही मतलब खराब टाइप मोमेंट था, जिसमें हमने रियलाइज किया कि when people want to listen to a song, they want to listen to a song.
Correct.
And then few drinks help.
Yeah.
So that was a terrible moment. So yeah.
Okay, so what was your most craziest or unexpected venue that you ever performed at?
So initially when I was surviving, उस समय की एक ऐसी गिग है जो मैं भूल नहीं सकता. हम लोग प्राइवेट गिग्स करते थे. प्राइवेट गिग्स में थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा पैसा मिल जाता है, क्लब गिग्स से.
Right.
तो एक बंदे ने मेरे को प्राइवेट पार्टी के लिए बुलाया. उसने बोला प्राइवेट पार्टी है. जनरली प्राइवेट पार्टीज में ऐसे हाउस में लोग बैठे रहते हैं, you perform with them, you chill with them. And this was at Mulshi. So I was like, great, मतलब farm house किसी villa में होगा. And I didn't inquire a lot. I was like, ठीक है, चलो anniversary है, तो मतलब अपने friends को बुलाया होगा. And I had done a gig for him before, तो मैं उनको थोड़ा सा ना personal level पे जानता था. मैं जब वहाँ पहुँचा, it was only that couple that wanted me to perform in front of them. And I was in the villa, in the bedroom, performing for them. And I mean, like they asked me to sing only romantic songs.
Only romantic songs.
And they knew me, so they were very comfortable with me. I mean, very. So I had to go away after a while, but I got paid a lot for the gig.
So then, how did you form the playlist? Like Super Romantic A, Super Romantic B.
I didn't form the playlist. I just, go with the flow.
Okay.
Yeah, that evening flowed quite a bit. So it was a very weird experience.
Amazing.
But it was लोग private party बोलते हैं, it was too private.
Very private.
So,
exclusive. So now, then afterwards, if any people call you for a private event,
right.
So do you ask them now how private is it going to be or how?
No, I mean, I just cross my fingers and I hope that.
I hope it's not that private.
Yeah, I hope it's not that private. You know? Yeah, I don't mind a sheikh calling me and all from Dubai. And
Then that's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
exactly.
We might as well pick up our mics and go,
yeah.
or
I'm
anything
sure
for you.
learn the guitar for that.
Yeah, I'll do anything.
He'll ask him also, Kay Boltaay.
Kay Boltaay. So if you had to perform a duet with any current good singers
Right.
in India or in abroad,
Right.
who would that be and what song?
Like a known song.
Any. Yeah, known song or for your composition.
See, honestly, I have met him a couple of times, but the one singer that I really looked up to in India in terms of singing is Doddamani.
Amazing.
I want to perform with him.
Yeah.
I want one song to my name where I share some little space in some way
Wow.
with him, and if that happens, great.
Can we have one Vishal song, anyone that you like? Because we
Yeah.
might not do through Kay Boltaay, we might reach.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
सुरमा लगा के लटे उलझा के हाथ जिया पे मलमल तेरे छज्जे के नीचे खड़े हैं फंस गए जैसे दलदल तेरे छज्जे के नीचे खड़े हैं फंस गए जैसे दलदल गुलाबो जरा इत्र गिरा दो. Yeah, I love that song.
Amazing,
So, yeah.
amazing. If your life was a soundtrack, what genre of music would best represent it?
What genre of music?
Or any of our or what any one of your song that you want to be like associated with, like your compositions.
Yeah, I think Beparwa.
Okay.
My last song, my last release. I think it completely defines what I am. Even 10 years down the line, that song will be relevant to me.
Okay.
Because
why?
Like as in when you discover yourself, it's great that you know more about yourself, but sometimes you really want to go back to that place where that love for music or any art or anything started, because at that time you didn't need to think about anything, no responsibilities,
Right.
no gaps. You were beparwa in your life, and the lyrics in that song is like, मैं गुजरे हुए कल में हूँ बसा, ये सांसें जहर हैं, because the more you breathe you're dying.
Yeah.
वक्त है नशा, because it sort of intoxicates and disappears.
Wow.
इन जंजीरों को तोड़कर मुझे जाना है वहाँ, जहाँ था मैं बेपरवाह.
Oh, amazing,
Yeah, so,
amazing.
yeah.
Oh, also your new song is coming. We'll have to talk
Yes,
about that.
absolutely.
Because when this will release, maybe it would have released or it would be about to release.
Probably.
Yeah,
It totally depends.
so we would want to talk about that. Yes.
Yeah, so like I said, that is a song which is a mix of rock and hip hop. It's got both elements in it. It's a song that talks about fake people in your life. It's a song that talks about people wearing masks around you, and everybody has them. Everybody knows them, but sometimes you have to keep them in your life at a certain distance to avoid being affected by them.
Wow.
So the song is called Behrupiya.
Behrupiya.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
people, कुछ होते कुछ और हैं, दिखाते कुछ और हैं, अपने रूप बदलते रहते हैं with your situations in life.
But don't we all wear masks?
Yes, we do, and probably the song is also about that.
Ah.
And, I wouldn't want to talk much.
Nice touch.
I
Yeah.
think you can watch the video
Absolutely,
and find out.
absolutely.
It's being done by.
No, I think we'll
amazing
put the link below for everyone
Yes,
to
yes.
watch.
If it's
Yeah.
released, please.
Yeah. We will
Please
do.
watch it
we'll
now.
do
If
that.
not, then
Yeah.
please connect with me on Instagram. I think it'll
Absolutely.
be amazing to see you guys there.
Exactly. Okay, one last question.
Sure.
Can you share a quirky talent or a hidden skill that you have that your fans might not know about?
Right. So I'm a gamer. A lot of people don't know about that, but what people don't know more is that मैं gaming करते करते भी voiceover करता हूँ, because
Wow.
I play Counter Strike, and उस समय we get to talk to a lot of our teammates.
Right.
मैं generally जब Counter Strike खेलता हूँ, अगर कोई भी खेलता होता
Yeah, I do.
and कोई अगर मेरा server join करता है तो उसको बहुत मज़ा आएगा, because मैं बहुत अलग अलग आवाज़ों में उधर बात करता हूँ, बहुत सारी ऐसे शब्द भी यूज़ करता हूँ जो मैं जनरल लाइफ में नहीं करता हूँ.
Fire in the hole.
Yeah, I mean, if you would release that transcript in public, then you'll find a lot of beeps.
Yeah.
there. और बहुत अलग-अलग आवाज़ों में अलग-अलग characters वहाँ पर
Okay.
like because वहाँ पे एक Russian character भी होता है. It's like you know like let's go and kill the terrorist. You know हम लोग बहुत मस्ती करते हैं.
Correct.
वहाँ पे. So yeah, I think that is hidden from a lot of people. मेरा एक group है Counter Strike का जिनसे मैं अभी तक मिला नहीं हूँ. जो हम लोग साथ में खेलते हैं and बहुत मजा आता है. तो कभी आप मुझे
Will definitely
किसी सर्वर पे मिल गए तो
yeah.
I'm not that guy.
Yeah. Amazing. I think Laksh, I think this was a wonderful podcast where we've spoken about your life, the journey, and we wish you all the best for your new song that's coming up.
Thank you so much.
And maybe next time let's do something for Kay Boltaay. Maybe
Absolutely.
we would really love a composition for you because me and Sid were talking. We need a track for us. So
Definitely, I
yeah,
think it's a great idea.
So maybe for the coming episodes, maybe somewhere down the line,
Right.
let's do that also something because
Definitely, done.
as you described Behrupia,
Right.
I think Kay Boltaay also has something where we can actually make it work for our guests.
And you'll have to wear a mask.
Yeah, done. Anything.
Right.
So, Lakshmi, just once for our viewers, just can you please ask them to like us, follow, and share us, and where you ask them to like and follow you also,
Right.
with your links we'll be putting down below. So,
Right.
request you to please do that, facing the camera.
Cool. जेवढे लोक आहेत ते काय बोलताय बघत आहेत आणि ऐकत आहेत. प्लीज काय बोलताचं पेज लाईक करा आणि त्यांना सपोर्ट करा कारण की हे खूपच भारी काम करतायत. माझं नाव लक्ष्य भटनागर आणि हे मयुरेश सायनिंग ऑफ फ्रॉम काय बोलताय.
आणि हा खूप छान मराठी बोलतो पण आपल्यासाठी हा बोलत नव्हता. मी पण छान मराठी बोलतो. आता हा बोलला आहे. नेक्स्ट पॉडकास्ट आपण मराठीत करणार आहोत त्याच्याबरोबर. नक्की
नक्की नाथ खोळा.
नक्की ना